Okay, so we back again. Uh, I got a suggestion in the comments on the last video, or a video, about doing something about the social safety network in Finland. And it is a good idea, but I don't think I'm the one qualified to do it. But what I can do is tell you a story about the lack of social safety net in another country. And I won't name any names or any countries, but this is a story I know to be true. A fella worked for many years in this country, contributed to the social security system in this country, and unbeknownst to him had a congenital problem which was causing a degeneration of his disc in his back. Now, after very hard work for a lot of years, he was just no longer able to do the work. He went to the Social Security system in this country and asked for help. Well, he was given the opportunity to fill out an application for disability, permanent disability. He took that opportunity and filled that out. And this is where it gets difficult. Once you fill out this application, you have a test to the fact that you are just physically or mentally, in the case of mental illness or even depression, that you can no longer work. Well, in this country, there is no safety net to help people who can't work. So, this gentleman was now disabled, unable to work, and unable to make a living. With no savings, there was also no means of acquiring insurance to pay for medical care. There was no assistance in rental or even to eat. And this is a sad situation. Now, so if you apply for disability in this country and you're awarded your disability in this country, you will then be given some back pay back to when you applied. But unless you happen to know of a bank that will loan you money on the contingency that you may at some point receive your back pay, then you're going to be like this fella. You're just at the mercy. And what you will do is you will end up homeless, as so many in this country are. When I say this country, I don't mean Finland. I mean the country where this fellow applied for disability. You will not receive any help for medical bills. You will not receive any help for housing. And basically you are just told, okay, we're working on it. Now maybe you think, well, that's not too bad. A few months you'll find out. No, this was a 2-year process. And maybe this is why in that country there are so many people who are homeless and destitute. It's a long It's a drawn out and a continuous process. You'll occasionally be asked to supply them with information. You may be asked to supply them with information from medical professionals. But again, remember this: you don't have health insurance. You have no national health care system. You have no health care system to help you get your medications or your treatment, unless you're just extremely lucky and have health care through the employer you were working with, who, when you became disabled, you will have no health insurance. It won't stop you from needing treatment, but you just won't have it. And in this country, no one is required to give you medical treatment unless it is quite clearly a matter of life and death. So, as I say, I can't comment on the Finnish system, but I can give people in Finland an idea of what it's like in other countries. Now, while you're going through this process in this other country, you will reach a point where the only way there's any chance you're going to achieve your goal of proving to this country your disability, you're going to be required to retain an attorney. There's plenty of attorneys that'll do this for you because they evaluate your case on its merits, and if they're pretty sure they can win, then they'll take the case on a contingency basis. The contingency being you win, they get a percentage of your back pay. But any court filing fees or any other fees you have to pay for. Now, I'm kind of gearing this toward the person who mentioned in the comments that they had suffered disability and not able to work. And this is just an example of how it works in another country. It's a very long, very hard, very tiring process. The process in of itself can seem debilitating because you're just constantly battling for something that as a citizen of this country you would think would be a right, but it's not. Healthcare in this country is not a right, it's a privilege. It's hard to describe it, but once you do end up going to court before a judge who is a law judge, has no background in medicine, this judge will determine whether you are disabled or not. If he determines you are, you will then be awarded a monthly benefit. This benefit in this case was $1,200 a month. For that, out of that, you have to pay for somewhere to live, an automobile, because transportation in this country is just virtually impossible without an automobile. And you will then also, for the first year of your eligibility, not be eligible to enroll in the government-run healthcare system. So this is another year that you're going to have to be paying for your own medical costs and medications. Once you can enroll in this system, then you will be charged a monthly premium out of what you're getting paid, your $1,200 a month. You can pay quite possibly $250 a month for your medical insurance. And where that sounds not that bad considering the cost of medical care in this country, bear in mind that the first of every year you will be required to pay a copay. The insurance will not pay anything toward your health care until this copay of several $100s is met. And, well, that's not so bad. But wait. Once you reach this yearly copay amount, you will find out that you will also have to pay a deductible amount on every medical visit you go to. Well, that's not so bad, right? Nope. But wait. Once you meet that copay and you pay that deductible, you'll come to find out that this government health care system will only pay the providers a certain amount for each visit. So anything over what they'll pay, you have to pay. Okay, now in this program you can get coverage for your medications. And again, you'll pay a premium monthly. And the government has devised a formula in that they will only pay a set price for the drugs you need. If they're a common drug, generic, widely used, you can get away with only paying $6 a month to $2 a month for your medications. If they're not widely used, then you're going to go into a whole nother ball game. They have a formulary that they have decided of what they will pay on what medications. So I can definitely sympathize with this person who has become disabled, but just the fact that this person has become disabled, is just not able to work, but has managed to stay in their home, continue living in the city they live in, just speaks volumes to me about what I believe is Finland cares about their citizens. Their citizens are everything to the country of Finland. I mean, what kind of country would you have if you didn't have citizens in it? But again, this is why I think people in Finland are content and happy. Nobody likes paying taxes. There is no free health care. You pay taxes, you pay for health care. But in other countries, you pay taxes and you don't get health care. You don't have a social safety net. So, again, like I say, I'm not qualified to comment on the social safety net in Finland, but I can comment on the social safety net in another country.